You know, if you live in California, you know exactly what I'm talking about. No matter where I go, it seems like I see a Tesla. I go to the grocery store, there's a Tesla. I go wash my car, there's a Tesla. People have even seen Tesla at the gas station. It's ridiculous. It's like Teslas everywhere. Now, when I started thinking about this, I said, you know, there's so many Tesla cars. They're selling like hotcakes. Elon just released the $35,000 model. Is it time to buy this stock? So I started doing some research. I started digging a little deeper. And as I started doing the research, I started seeing stuff. And I found 3 pros and cons, 3 reasons to invest in them and 3 reasons to watch out. That's what we're going to talk about today. And we're ultimately going to question whether or not Tesla is a buy, sell, or hold. So let's get into this. We're going to start off with the pros. Pro number 1 is Tesla's revenue growth. If we look at Tesla's revenue growth, we see that it's growing at a super fast rate. And since they just introduced that new $35,000 car, it's probably going to grow even faster. Let me compare Tesla's revenue growth to a company like Toyota's revenue growth. See how flat Toyota is? Now, I know Tesla is not technically considered a car company, but about 90% of the company's money comes from selling cars. So we're just gonna say it's a car company. If 90% of your money comes from selling cars, at least right now, they're a car company. Now look at this. Now, if you had to choose between the Tesla, the Toyota, or the Ford, which one are you gonna choose? Now don't you lie. Don't you tell me that you think that Ford or that Toyota looks better. You know you're lying. The Tesla looks better. If it's the same price, it looks better, and it gets the same job done, you might as well go with the Tesla. And most people in America are probably going to come to that same conclusion. So Tesla's going to probably get a lot of cars sold super fast, and that can make this company make a lot of money. Now, the pro number 2 is Tesla's supercharger network. Now, think of it this way. Imagine if you had a car company that owned all the gas stations. How valuable would that be? Crazy valuable, right? Now, I know people can charge their Teslas at their house, but still, if you're on the road, you're probably gonna go to a Tesla charging station, okay? A supercharger station. Now, Tesla owns them. Tesla owns them. People don't go to Jim's supercharger. They go to Tesla's supercharger. Now, Elon Musk did say that he would let other companies use the superchargers, as long as they paid for the electricity and stuff. But companies like GM and Ford, they said no, they don't want to use Tesla's superchargers. And you think about it, why would they? That's basically free advertisement for Elon Musk, free advertisement for Tesla. Think of it this way. Imagine if you have a GM car. You're driving in your GM car. Okay, you got your GM car, you drive to a supercharger. Now, while you're charging your car, you look around and you see all these other Teslas. Now, Tesla customers are super loyal. So if they see your butt in the GM car, they're probably going to get out of their Tesla, walk over to you and say, why do you have a GM? Tesla's so much better. They're probably going to try to sell you on a Tesla. Even though they're not Tesla salesmen, they're so loyal to the company, they're probably going to try to sell you, the GM buyer, the GM car owner, on a Tesla. So that's why GM and Ford and all those other companies don't want to use Tesla's supercharging network. But that gives Tesla a huge advantage still, because GM, Ford, Mercedes, etc., they don't have any supercharger networks yet. They don't have chargers all around the world. When I drive down the street, I don't see a GM charging station. No, I see Tesla. And that supercharger network leaps them ahead of their competition. Because imagine if you bought a car, but had limited access to oil or gas. That car's basically worthless. If you don't have access to fuel, you're not driving your car. So GM and Ford, they might be able to make electric cars, but if they don't make this supercharger network, then how are people going to charge their cars if they're not at home? If I'm on the road, I'm going cross country, where am I going to go to charge my car? I have to go to one of those knockoff brand charging stations. No one ever likes going to knockoff brand stuff. So no, Tesla has a huge advantage just because of their charging network. And the number 3 pro that I see is Tesla's gigafactories. Tesla has about 3 gigafactories at the moment. The main goal of the gigafactory is to help Tesla mass produce its vehicles and its technology, and also drive down the price of its vehicles and its technology. Now, if they can do that, they can finally start to sell their cars more to the masses. Right now, Tesla has the car that's going for $35,000, the Model 3. Now, if they can continue to lower the price of that car, or if they can make more cars and lower the price of those, likely they'll make more revenue. So that's huge. If Tesla can lower the price of making their goods while continuing to increase the revenue, then their profit should increase as well. And that's what we want as investors. We want the company to be profitable. And if Tesla becomes profitable and continues profitable in the future and continues to grow that profit, that's great. That's what we all look for. That's what we all want. So these gigafactories are huge because they allow Tesla to mass produce their products and get them out there so that they can sell them, so that people can buy them, and so that they can lower the price that it takes to manufacture these vehicles or these technologies. Okay, so we went over the pros. Now let's talk about the cons, because cons are important. We have to understand the risks that come with every investment. So let's get into this. So the first con that I see is the tax credit. See, before 2019, you could get a tax credit whenever you bought Tesla of about $7,500. Now, once 2019 started, that tax credit got cut in half. As we continue on through 2019, that tax credit will get cut in half once again to only $1,875. Now, it's still nice to get a tax credit, but there's a big difference between $1,875 and $7,500. So basically, although Tesla's car is not technically increasing in price, it is becoming more expensive because the tax credit has dropped. And as we know in economics, if you raise the price of something, typically people will buy less of it. So we could see less people buying Tesla's car, and we could see revenue dropping. And if that happens, it could directly impact the stock. So that's something just to keep in mind and pay attention to. Let's move on to our second con. Con number 2, volatility. Just look at the Tesla stock chart. As you can see, this stock is very volatile. We don't know when it's going to rise really quickly or when it's going to get stuck into a choppy zone. Many times, Tesla stock has gone from the high 300s to the mid 200s very quickly and in a short amount of time. Now, as an investor, that's a big risk. Let's say you have your money in there and you wake up tomorrow and you're down 25%. And then the next day you're up 25%, and you're jumping back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That could stress an investor out. That could make an investor sell when they don't want to. It can make them buy when they shouldn't. So if someone isn't good at holding their emotions, understanding themselves, understanding their own investment personality, then they shouldn't invest in Tesla. Tesla is a risk. They're trying to change the industry. Whenever someone is trying to change the industry, they typically take on more risk. They might do good on earnings, they might do bad on earnings, something might come out, a news article might come out, the competition might say something. There's so many things that can make this stock rise up and down. So if you're not ready for volatility, it's probably best that you walk away. If you can't understand or handle emotionally volatility, stay away. Don't put yourself in a position where you're going to be pressured to buy or sell without making an educated financial decision. Okay, let's move on to part number 3. So the number 3 con that I see when looking over this company is Elon Musk. Now, I know Elon Musk could be viewed as a pro and he could be used as a con. He's a visionary. He motivates the employees. He pushes the employees. But Elon, you have to stop. Stop talking. Just shut up. All Elon Musk needs to do is shut up. Don't argue with the SEC. You're going to lose. There's no reason in fighting the government. Just shut up. If the people want to short your stock, let them short your stock. Shut up. You don't need to go on Twitter and start tweeting about them. You don't need to get mad on the earnings call. You just need to shut up. If Elon Musk can shut up, I honestly think if Elon Musk was able to be quiet, the stock should be at least $500. But since he talks so much, it makes this company more volatile. So Elon Musk, please, just be good. You don't need to fight the government. Just work on the company and don't try to fight the government. Just ignore all the shorts, ignore the SEC, just work on the company. Because I don't want Elon Musk to take his attention away from the company and the company ends up failing because he's taking his attention away from the company. Or I don't want investors to lose confidence in the company because of him and cause the stock price to drop. So, Elon Musk, forget about all the haters. Just focus on the company. Okay? So those are the 3 pros and those are the 3 cons that I see. So what do you think? Do you think Tesla is a buy, sell, or hold? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll tell you my thoughts in the comment section below. But remember, always make educated financial decisions. Read that 10K, listen to those earnings calls. Don't just blindly invest. Make educated financial decisions. And I'll see you next time. Bye.